This is a video. Uh, so I this is kind of a long story. So uh was driving to work one day, and the tire went flat. So I got a new tire at Walmart, and put it on, and then a little bit later the other tire went flat. So I got another tire at Walmart, and put it on. And then my car was making noises from the front. So thought it was the tires. So I bought two new tires, not from Walmart, from a different place. I put those on, two different wheels. So now I've got four new tires on four different wheels. Same noise. So at this point I realized it's my wheel bearings on the front. So I'm driving into town anyway because I was testing the car. Hit AutoZone, grab the two wheel bearings, go home, put them on. Drive the car, noise is gone. Now the car is shaking, like the wheels aren't balanced. So drive on the highway, about 50, just below 55, between 50 and 55 as fast as I can go because the car's just shaking to bits. So I put the other tires on that I got from Walmart. Same thing. So I'm like, so none of this is working. So I invest in something called balancing beads that you can install into the tire. Automatically balances the tire. So I got some balancing beads that are small, like sand. Can't remember the name of them. And same thing, cars bouncing all over the place. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna take this crap out of the tires. Took the tires off. Static had caused the bouncing beads to stick to the inside of the tire from static charge. So to take a rag and wipe the balancing beads out of the two tires that I put them in. so they're clean. Sealed them back. Put them on 50 to 55 as fast as I can go. So I bought some stainless steel balancing beads that are not subject to static energy. They're a little bit bigger, more like tiny little bearings, stainless. Put those in 2 tires, put them back on the car, drove it, same thing. Sorry. Ooh. So, this is, I was like, well, I don't feel like messing with it, so I just left them in the front tires. Drove to work, 50, 55. Just figured, I'm screwed. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, this Saturday, that night, this last Saturday, I drove to work, and the little air light went on the car, saying that you've got low air pressure. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like I have low air pressure. So I kept driving. Got to Harborside right around 45th or whatever that road is that goes by through there, whichever road that is. And 53rd, 22nd, 89th. So the tire goes flat right there at Harborside where it's elevated on that bridge, where the train and junkyard and all that crap is. So I'm on the right side of the road, right before the light. Sure enough, tire was flat. I changed the tire, put the donut on, the donut spare, tried to work. After work, I drive home with the donut spare very carefully because it was flat when I put it on. I had to air it up. Drove home very carefully, got home. I have to put one of the new tires, because I've got 4 new tires. 4 new tires and 4 new wheels. Got to put one of those on the back because I didn't mess with the back. I was only messing with the front. So I took the donut off, put the new tire on the back, bolted it up. By the time I was done doing all this crap, I was like, I called in on Sunday. There ain't no way I was going to work after all this shit. So Monday, I go to drive to work. Car's perfectly smooth. No bouncing, nothing. 50, 55, 60, smooth. I kept it at 60 because I don't know what the hell's going on. Stainless steel balancing beads appear to have done their job on the front tires. The back tire had replaced the one that had a bubble on it. That one section of bubble on the tread on that tire did all of that. All of it except for the wheel bearings going out. That's something that was separate, but that one bubble on that tire lasted 6 months. A long time. I maybe whenever I got the tires put on, which was pretty long time ago. I know it's probably not 6 months, but I don't know what date I put the new tires on the car. The point of this conversation is and I had inspected these tires before all of this. I inspected them because it has to pass inspection. There was tread on the tire. The tread had just bubbled. It looked like normal tread. It just had a bubble on it, and it was a lengthy bubble on the inside of the tire, so it made a perfect offset bouncing rhythm that shook through the entire car. It made me think that the new tires that I had were out of balance, but they weren't. The reason for me posting this is if you ever run into a situation where you think your tires are out of balance or something to this degree, and it was in such a perfect quantity, capacity, and timing, it just led me to believe that my tires were out of balance because that's the way it acted. But it was just a very slight bubble on the inside of the tread on the left driver's rear tire that was causing all of that. The reason for this post is if you run into something like this and you think your tires are out of balance, very carefully check your tread for any kind of bubbling or something to this degree. You can generally feel it with your hands, but in this case it was so slight it was not visible, but it was enough to shake the entire car at 50 miles an hour. And it wasn't until it finally suffered a failure, it blew out with the tread, there's still tread on the tire, it finally just blew out and separated completely on the way to work. The good news is the balancing beads, the stainless steel, this is 4 ounce for a 235 55 R17 tire. This is relatively low profile, but they appear to work quite well so far. I have not gone over 60 because I'm the cowardly lion of the world now. I've never run into this much crap. So, at a certain point, probably going to put the balancing beads of a 4 ounce stainless steel in the back 2 new tires that I'm going to put on. Then I'll have 4 new tires with balancing beads. Not necessary, but it's something that I was experimenting with because of all the stuff that was happening. I thought the tires were bad, but they weren't. It was one tire, the back left of the car that you could not see, very slight bubble on the inside of the tread that was throwing off everything. The fact that it went out on Saturday so anyway, this message is just in case you ever run into a situation like this in all of perfection, that you buy 2 new tires and both your front wheel bearings go out, and then at that exact moment the back left tire develops a bubble that throws your balancing off, making you think that the tires that you just put on are not balanced correctly. So that stays with you until you get 2 more new tires, and it does exactly the same thing. Somewhere along those lines, I think I missed a step where the 2 new tires, then I thought the tires were bad, bought 2 more new ones, put those on, realized it was the wheel bearings, replaced the wheel bearings, still have the balancing issue with the bubble that stayed functioning, doing its job that entire time, until after going through 2 bags of balancing beads, wiping them out, putting in 2 more balancing bead bags of stainless that don't have a static problem, having that fail and saying screw it and just driving the car anyway, and then having that bubble finally give up the ghost Saturday, upon which time I removed the tire and put the donut on, drove home. The donut, I took it off, put the new tire on of the 4 that I now have, smooth as silk, going to work Monday night. Going home from work today, this morning, smooth as silk. I'm going to go ahead and probably put the stainless steel balancing beads in the 2 new tires because it appears that they work quite well. The other beads probably worked. There's Checkered Flag, there's Counteract. There's several different brands. I'm going with the stainless because it does not have a static electricity problem with regard to sticking to the inside of the tire. And they're a little bit bigger. You probably don't want to go 172 miles an hour because they'll probably just go straight through your tires and explode, and then send shrapnel into the cockpit, killing you with tiny little beads of stainless steel. That was a joke. So, my car's governed at 110. Don't ask me how I know that. Probably going to keep it around 70 because they are 4 ounces of stainless steel beads inside your tread, but they're designed to balance the car going down the road, and they appear to work quite well. So I'm going to go ahead and add the other 2 to the 2 new tires. I still have 1 old bad tire that I'm probably going to leave on there just out of temptation for God and because I'm an idiot. I think that's about it.